When I was at Medtronic as CEO in 1996, we'd had 5 really great years as CEO, and actually my predecessor had 6 years before that. And the company was really going through a boom period. Then the growth started to slow down a bit, and by 1998, the growth was gone. In fact, we had one business losing about $50 million. We told the street we were growing at 15%, and that was our goal, but all of a sudden we were down around 7%. And so the challenge is, what do we do about this? And we faced a really big decision. Do we pare back to the basics, get rid of some of these businesses, and continue to cut expenses? And at the time, our price-earnings ratio was around 40 times earnings. And I felt if we did that, that it would put us on a steady slide downward, and Medtronic would no longer be fully competitive. And so we discussed this extensively among our top team, because we always did, and always took a vote on all of our major decisions. There were about 10 of us that came together, and there was at least 3 or 4 people on our executive committee that felt we should cut back, and we just couldn't make it. We couldn't keep this 15% growth goal going. We should tell Wall Street that we're only going to grow around 12 to 15%. I think our board would have supported that. I thought about it a great deal and finally decided that we needed to be bold and aggressive and make some acquisitions. We had the stock price to do it, and we went out and made a series of 6 acquisitions in very rapid succession. Now, I remember the first of those, a company called Physio-Control, at least 3 or 4 members of our executive committee were opposed to it. And I'd always brought things to a vote before. This one I didn't bring to a vote because I didn't want to have the bad feelings. And there were some bad feelings about not doing that. The board supported it, and we built a lot of momentum and spent ultimately around $13 billion in acquisitions from doing these deals. It doubled the size of the company, the number of employees, the revenues, and everything else. And although the market cap was steady for a while, then it tripled as a result of making these changes. So by 1999, 2000, we were really rolling, and it allowed Medtronic to transform itself from what was primarily a pacemaker or defibrillator company into truly the world's leading medical technology company. You know, there are times when a leader has to go against the grain. And, you know, as a participative leader, I like to get everyone's opinion. I am not a consensus leader, which means everyone agrees with that opinion. I like to get everyone's opinion. I like to get all the inputs. But at a certain point in time, you have to withdraw into yourself and say, what are we going to do and what should we do? And as some say, you have to see around corners, see what's coming, anticipate, like a chess player, 3, 4, 5 steps down the road, not just the first move or 2. And I like to think of myself as someone who does that well. Sometimes it bruises feelings in the short term, but if the outcomes are good, people feel good about the long term. And I'm always willing to take full responsibility for doing that if it doesn't work out, and try to spread the credit if it does work out. And so I took away from that you have to go against the grain, make the call, and go your own way. Jeff Immelt, CEO of GE, said when he was under enormous pressure back in his job at GE Plastics, leadership is a long journey into your own soul. And I really resonate with Jeff saying that. He said, at times like these, it's not like anyone else can tell you how to do it. Yeah, you have to go against what people are telling you and decide what's the right thing to do. Those are the courageous decisions that stay with you for a long time. And people forget about the opposition at the time. They just remember, well, it worked out.